times where governments do go into exile, and it certainly has happened. And we're welcoming back today Salih Hudayar. He is a refugee from China and the current Prime Minister of East Turkistan Government, which is in exile in Washington, D.C. And you can go to east-turkistan.net for the website and check it out. Salih, good to see you back. How are you, friend?
Doing well. How are you? Thank you for having me.
You bet. Thank you. Thank you. First of all, I understand you're going to be doing a march from the White House to the State Department tomorrow. What's that about? What's your goal?
Yes. Tomorrow marks the 32nd anniversary of the April 5th, 1990 Baren Massacre, in which the people of East Turkestan initially peacefully rose up, demanding, an end to China's policy of forced abortions and its colonization of East Turkestan. However, the Chinese government responded very brutally to the peaceful demonstrations, resulting in an armed uprising.
Has the State Department recognized your exile?
The State Department at the current moment is still, because of political reasons, because of the relationship with China, has still yet to recognize the exile government of East Turkestan.
So anything that has to relate to not only you forced into exile, but the atrocities leading up to it are pretty much mute at this point.
Everyone recognizes the Baren Massacre. This is something that, historians, journalists, and others who focus, especially those who focus on Uyghurs, they're all well aware of what happened. However, there has not been anything done to, condemn China for this. Furthermore, the goal of this is to, with the spotlight being taken away from the Uyghurs, from the ongoing genocide in East Turkestan, we want to raise this issue and urge the U.S. government to uphold its treaty obligations and to do more to hold China accountable for the ongoing genocide that's happening.
Over the weekend, we saw firsthand, it's all over the news today, of the genocide in Ukraine. Horrible, absolutely horrible. But it certainly is reflective of what you have survived from. Perhaps we have lost memory, if I can put it that way, of what's going on in China and how bad the genocide is there. Can you give us a little bit of an idea?
Yes, currently the Chinese government has millions of Uyghurs. According to the Department of Defense, about 3 million. The Chinese government report itself states that they may have sent 8 million people into so-called re-education and vocational training concentration camps, in which Uyghurs and other Turkic peoples are forced to denounce their ethnic and religious identity. They are tortured, they're forcibly sterilized, they're subject to inhumane, testing of medication. They're subject to forced organ harvesting, and many are even being executed in these camps. And this is shown by the building of the crematories across these camps.
And how many now? You say about 3 million are in there?
Well, so the exact number is very unclear. The Department of Defense estimates over 3 million. The Chinese government itself defended these as vocational and re-education, camps, saying that people are going there to learn new, languages, to learn how to speak Chinese, to learn how to, make shoes or other textiles, and that these aren't concentration camps, but they're saying that they provided, jobs to upwards of 8 million people in these camps.
In the meantime, none of them return home.
There are very few who have been able to return home, and the ones that were released are the ones that had either relatives that were living overseas, or they were citizens or dual citizens of other countries, or held residency in other countries, while some that were released that don't fit these categories within, they were released in very tragic situations. If you look at the videos and the images, they look, there's remembrance of, the Allies after they liberated, the Jewish concentration camps. You saw the skinny, almost skeleton-like Jews in this situation. And many of these people, they're dying within a few weeks after they are released from these camps.
How did you get out? And how did you get to the United States and Washington, D.C.?
We fled to the United States back in 2000, and about 22 years ago, when the situation was not as bad as it is today. We came here as political refugees, and I ended up in Washington, initially growing up in Oklahoma, and then ended up in Washington in the late 2017 to advocate on behalf of the East Turkistani people.
Does the world understand what's happened in East Turkestan?
Yes, I think the world, certainly governments understand what is happening. You have the US government along with the parliaments of the UK, Netherlands, Belgium, Czech Republic, Lithuania, France, and among others who have recognized it officially as genocide, including the Parliament of Canada. Governments surely understand. The people are slowly, becoming more and more aware of it, but there hasn't been, enough actions. I mean, officially, this policy of genocide started in 2014. That's when they started rounding up millions of Uyghurs into these camps. So it's been about 8 years, and there hasn't been anything meaningful done to stop it.
Salih, I'm short on time today, and I apologize for that. I do want to get you back. Let me say to our viewers and listeners, you can track his work at east-turkistan.net. That's east, then -turkistan.net. And today or tomorrow, you'll be marching from the White House over to the State Department. I look forward to connecting with you on the other side of that and see how it went. So thanks for your time today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right.